Oh, that was well timed. I just
down.
I actually just sat down. I was at the foot of the stairs, and I was already up here, and Cap was down there. He was playing with one of his toys, and I looked down at him and I said, "Hey, buddy, you want to come upstairs with us?" And he looked up at me and went, "Meow." And I said, "Okay." So I start walking up the stairs, and I'm like halfway up the stairs, and he hasn't moved, and then all of a sudden, and like he shoots past me and like gets up here and then turns around and is like waiting on me. And I'm like, "Buddy, it wasn't a race. you can take your time." Anyway, we do match.
Mm-hmm.
Chad's talking about matching.
Someone said they got their wisdom teeth out. Ice cream is the best thing to eat when you've had your wisdom teeth out.
You can also take that out of context and just use that as a quote.
Ice cream is the best thing to eat.
Period. It's great. I love ice cream. Anyway, yeah, we're wearing blue shirts.
Yeah.
Mal's hair's too long, but
I need a haircut.
But she's got a breakfast stream shirt on. I don't think I've seen you wear that before.
Maybe.
You've had it for just a little bit. This is a Goemon shirt that was available on Yeti? I think it was a Yeti shirt. I don't remember. I just remember seeing it and thinking, man, I would like to take the amount of Goemon themed clothing I own from 0 articles to 1 article.
Increase it by 100%.
So that would be nice. Anyway, how's everybody doing? We're halfway through the week. Halfway through. So it's good. The short end of the week is behind us. Second half of the week is always the longest part of the week for me.
Should probably toss this.
This is that the one you've thrown in the garbage disposal multiple times?
Just this one. Has a rust spot on it.
Anyway. Is this a Kaigetsudo? Yeah, this is Kaigetsudo, isn't it? It's their style. I feel like I read that, but I couldn't remember exactly. Anyway. Yeah, the second half of this week's gonna be,
Coffee!
Second half of the week's gonna be crazy because of today.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Friday's always busy because because of the stream, and I'm looking forward to doing Mario RPG again tomorrow. Finally getting to Bloom. And then Saturday we do Stephen and Friends, so there's always stuff going on at the end of the week. But tonight, I'll be joining John and Tom and Jared for co-commentary for like 6 hours. So, if you're around tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, be sure to tune in to John's channel. Yeah. Thank you, Brandon. Should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Also, one of the games is Game Boy Player, so exciting. There's gonna be more podcast. I like the idea of thinking about it like a podcast. So let's see here. We got this was the very last alert from last stream, and we never got a chance to read it. It literally came in as I turned off the stream. But we had 300 bits from Jam, who said, "How are you still live?" which is a good generalization of like how the stream went.
Yeah.
In that video, I actually have Sunday's vlog, Monday's vlog, and then that breakfast stream uploaded. They're not out, but I need to release them. So I'll probably do that shortly after this stream. So those things are done. So we're not that far behind in vlogs. Things should get caught up pretty soon. Yeah, it was wild. NCTC, yeah, that's what. It's the new acronym. Never challenge the chat. Don't do it. It's not worth it. They will take you into an alley and beat the crap out of you. 8-month sub from Twitchy Toes. Thank you, Twitchy Toes. 19 months from Merciful Warrior 24. Steven, I just finished listening to The Good Burn, and oh my god, you did such a great job. Would you consider doing a series of short stories on Mal and all your friends from StephenVlog and Stephen Plays in the near future? Maybe. I don't think that me doing short stories will be like a common thing. But it was fun to do. And I guess that is one thing that's changed since our last stream, because I did that Friday night after our stream. So if you haven't seen it, there's a video on StephenVlog out now called The Good Burn. And, you know, it might be best to just consume it with no context whatsoever. But for minimal context, when the stream ended on Friday and I got on Discord, we somehow got on the subject of creative writing. And I had said that I did it in high school and I'd really enjoyed it. And Thomas had challenged me to write something. He was like, "Well, write something." And I was like, "Thomas, I will write a book at you." And he said, "Do it, you won't." So I did. So over the course of about 90 minutes, I wrote 3,800 words about Thomas joining the NBA. And there's a few little there's some fun stuff in there. Like there's some there's some deliberate changes to things to make it just a little wacky. And there's also some things that you know, when you're writing at whatever 2 in the morning, that you just don't recall. Like one of the, I'll talk about this here because I think that this was funny. There were so many people in the story. I use some real names. Like I use the Chicago Bulls and Charlotte Hornets, and then at one point I used the Houston Jazz, and that was an actual, you know, error on my part because, you know, I'm writing as fast as I can, and I could not remember that it's the Houston Rockets and the Utah Jazz. I was like, whoop, I flipped the switches. So I called them the Houston Jazz. And it was so funny because there's so many people that have pointed that out to me. And I'm thinking, there are so many other things in that story that are out there, and like that's the thing that you chose. One of the things I changed was I wrote National Basketball of America. And like that was a deliberate choice. But so many people just missed that. They were like, "No, that sounds right. But the Houston Jazz, no, we ain't going for that." National Basketball of America, that checks out. Anyway, it was great. I had a lot of fun. I hope to do more of that stuff in the future, but probably not terribly often. But it was fun. And you enjoyed it.
Yep.
Probably not as much as Thomas.
Well.
Thomas really enjoyed it. What is Michael Jordan's middle initial, though? Well, this Michael Jordan's middle initial is K. The Michael Jordan from our reality is J. I learned that. But, you know, pretty close being one off. Pretty similar. I'm glad that we have opera. 19 months from Gentleman Jolt. Didn't realize last month with my second Twitch baby. Anywho, I'm typing this out Wednesday because my sleep schedule. Sing about breathing the good burn. You've got to breathe out the good burn. Do it right onto the ball. It will get redder and hotter. Suddenly you won't feel small. You'll be able to perform a wonderful big bounce. Use all of your energy. Use all of the last ounce. Man, was that higher than that felt high.
That was very high.
Do I normally sing that high?
No, you don't.
Okay. Is it too early for me to sing that high? Your voice is lower when you first wake up.
Yes, it is.
I think I just woke up, so I can't. It's too high. That was a surprising one. That was 5,000 bits from Sparks 15. Sing about breathing the good burn. I mean, really, the person I could tell you all about the good burn is Thomas. See, I've never done it, but Thomas did. Anyway, 19 months from Gentleman Jolt. Anywho, I'm typing this out Wednesday because my sleep schedule has actually gotten worse and made me miss out on the past few breakfast streams, but I still want to thank you for all the joy and stuff. Well, no problem. And, yeah, I can relate to sleep schedules getting weird.
Yeah.
There are many days where I'm like, oh, I need to have a little extra sleep tonight. But, you know, it's getting better. And we've been trying to take walks.
Yes.
We're going to try and take one today?
Yeah, it's currently raining. But it's supposed to clear up in the afternoon, and it was a cold front coming through, so it's going to be like 70.
Okay. Maybe we'll take a short walk, like, after breakfast stream, before lunch. Might be good. We'll see. 19 months from Alxame. My sleep schedule has done the full 180, apparently, so I'm catching breakfast stream for the first time in months. Hope your day is lovely, grandparents. Raise your hand, or the text equivalent, if in the last month your sleep schedule has changed heavily. Because it seems to be a recurring... Yeah. Recurring thing here. Yeah, and I mean, even for us, where our sleep schedule isn't always the best anyway, I mean, we've noticed some things.
I mean, we're starting to get better, especially after Coliseum now. But tonight you'll be up a while, so I might just go to bed.
There's quite a few nopes, though.
Yeah.
There's quite a few people that are
I know Paul had
being able
been
to stick to
saying
it.
that it was the first time he's had consistent sleep in a long time because, you know, he's traveling for work and on different time zones normally.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Anyway, Alxame, thank you for the 19 months. We've also got 300 bits from Wizard Scallion. Morning, grandparents. I have my second job interview for a middle school art teaching position today in 5 hours. I am excited.
Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck. I can't speak for the actual magical power, but historically, when people have announced their interviews here, they've done pretty well. I don't know what the over-under of that is, but we wish you luck, and certainly chat does, so good luck. We wish you well. 300 bits from Shy, who says, good morning, everyone. Here we find ourselves again to lend our, air quotes, support. Hashtag NCTC. I'm not challenging anybody. I'm just here to say my words and eat my Pop-Tarts.
Yep. Eat your Pop-Tarts.
I have not had a bite of Pop-Tarts yet. Mao has finished half of one. I see that, really, this was always your Pop-Tart. Let's see how it is. 3 months, that's a plus. From Lalith 3. 300 bits from Satsy, who wrote Eminem. I think testing to see if Eminem was on. Because when I was up here earlier, I heard gaming alerts. So I think Chaz had gaming alerts on because he was testing them.
Oh, blame Chaz.
No, well, I mean, we've had so here's the thing.
Yeah.
Last stream was a breakfast stream,
Yes.
so there's no reason for the alerts to change. So if they changed, Chaz says, I mean, yeah.
I know, because I know we had breakfast last,
Yeah.
and it was fine.
Because I heard a gaming alert go off, but then I remembered Chaz had told me,
trying to poke some fun at you.
You can't today. It's not my fault. Yeah, Chaz altered something in the gaming alerts to work better. Because the way that I had it, it was not working as well. And he was like, I'll fix this. And I was like, you do it. 6 months from Seraphim 2000, double plus. Seraphim, thank you. Gotta make sure it goes down the food tube.
Yeah.
We're gonna start keeping one of those things up that Homer Simpson has in the factory, like days since accident. It's gonna be days since Mal put the coffee down the breathe tube.
Any drink, really. Happens a lot with water.
I think people would be surprised to find out how often it happens. Like the amount of time we're on stream in a week is very minimal. So there's so much other time for Mal to choke on things. It happens a lot. A whole lot. 6 months from Agent G128. Since I have my prime ready to go, it's yours this month. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Agent G. And congrats on your double plus. Another plus, 3 months from Spooky Boy River. 3 months already, it feels so much longer. I take that as a compliment. I think that's good. When it feels like it's been a while. 17 months from Great Ass Fairy. Oh, thank goodness for breakfast stream. Yesterday was awful. Can we get the good news train and chat going? I think just asking for some good news would be good. What's something good that happened to folks this week? Either since Tuesday or just in general.
We had street tacos last night. So
We did.
Costco has these, like, meals all together in, like, plastic, and we ran there the other day hoping to get some paper products and some ground beef and stuff.
I like how you started talking after I asked folks, so now I can't read anything because...
Well, you read them while I talk.
I can't because... You started your story when I was about to read what they're saying.
Oh, were you going to read out loud?
Yes!
Okay, go ahead.
That was the point. Hold your tacos.
I was trying to just take up some time while chat talked.
It's fine.
Go ahead.
Now there's 4,000 things. Alright, let's see what we got here. Xenon got the Super Famicom, that's exciting. Regina got a new PC. Passed an exam. Blood sugars are normal. My mattress was delivered this morning. That's exciting. It's far more... You get older and you get excited for things like that. You're like, oh my god, a mattress. Let's see. I'm gonna try and skip a few things here. My kitchen has a radiator. I mean, that's good. My grandmother beat Corona.
That's awesome.
Holy crap. That's amazing. Let's see. Finished my island landscaping. dig thwap. A turnip price of $6.08. Got Nintendo Switch Online. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna have to just jump back to like live time here. Now people are talking about their tacos because you also had tacos. All right, I'm gonna jump back down to... Oh my god, there's so much here. But that's good. People can read like... good news. Anyway, tell them about your tacos, Mallory.
So we had these before a few weeks ago when your parents went and picked them up. And they were really good, and I was like, oh, if
it was
we
a
go down
surprise.
and we managed to get paper products. We didn't, because they didn't have any. I was like, we can get those tacos again. And we need some ground beef so I can make more meatballs, because we bought spaghetti. It was good. They're good tacos.
Is that the whole story?
Yeah. I really like them.
Your whole story was...
Hi, sweetheart.
Your whole story was
Come here,
tacos are good.
Come here, sweetheart. You
In
want
Mallory's
coffee?
defense, tacos are good.
Hi, sweetie.
You laying down?
No, stay.
You want over
no,
here?
no, don't. You don't want over there. It doesn't exist.
Lay down. Kepi. Sit. Does that work?
Come here.
Sit down, bud. Oh,
He did not like coffee. Oh.
I'm sorry, Mal. You can't stop him. He wants over here. Good boy.
Chess says same, Kep.
Good boy. Anyway. Man, there's really... Just change your mouthfeel. 12 months. That's
Yeah,
a year.
thank
From Deson Lee. I made it to a year. I had a strange dream where you made strange green pancakes with berries at my house. Something may have been up with Mal because she complained about them. And your reason for berries was Kepler kept looking at them.
Solid choice. Kepler was looking at him.
I mean, if I was making green pancakes, Mal probably should be complaining because pancakes probably shouldn't be green. Probably.
What about pistachio pancakes?
Is that a thing?
You never had like pistachio dessert?
I mean, I have, but pancakes, no.
I mean, you could make them. Someone said matcha? Mint? I don't know how I'd feel about mint.
If you were going to have matcha pancakes, because I'm thinking of that conceptually, I'm like, that's not awful.
No, it's probably totally a thing.
But if you had it, what would you put on it? Would you still use maple syrup?
Honey?
Honey? I think I'd rather have pistachio pancakes and still use maple syrup, which I think would be fine.
I think that would be fine, yeah.
Fossick says pea pancakes.
Randy says it sounds like cake with extra steps. Yeah. That's basically pancakes.
Green matcha pancakes are a thing.
Agave? Yeah, agave would be good.
I want to try these. This
Matcha
sounds like
pancakes?
Yeah,
I have matcha.
This
I
sounds
have a
like
good bit of it too.
It sounds like the sort of thing IHOP would do. Remember IHOP? IHOP does stuff multiple times a year where they'll do like special pancakes. Special generally just means how quickly can we give you diabetes. It's usually what it means. But some of the stuff they do is a little interesting, and I don't think I've ever seen them do matcha, but that would be cool. I'd be willing to try that. Anyway. 14 months from Joe Gmo. Finally got my layout for Animal Crossing planned. Now just need the bells, which should be getting a spike tomorrow. Have you guys thought about doing a stream or even a Stephen and Friends series on visiting fans' islands? Maybe. It probably wouldn't be a part of Stephen and Friends. It might just be like a one-off special stream or something. But it's a possibility. The biggest problem with doing it with Stephen and Friends is that moving around to different folks' islands
with so many people
is a nightmare. Recording Stephen and Friends Animal Crossing is a nightmare.
Yeah.
In fact, we ran into a new part of the nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
On was it Paul's island where you disconnected?
Yes.
So that was fun. We flew in 8 people, and then randomly everyone's like, I can't move. And I'm like, oh no. So then people were like stuck, some people were moving, some people can't, and then all of a sudden Mal drops out, and then it has to like resync the game for all the other 7 people, and it took forever. So, shout out to Nintendo for doing a great job on that. Game is fun. Online component, I'm like, this could be better. This could be better. Also, hey, y'all want beans? Have some beans. Patreon.com/StephenGeorgeMalmix. Thank you to all the patrons supporting us over there. We appreciate it. You can check out the links for more info. Also, I saw it went by. I don't know who said it. Someone was asking about Tom. Luna Boy. Speaking of Animal Crossing, have you guys caught up with the Turnip King? Yeah, we talked to Tom. For those who weren't aware, Tom has been playing the turnip market heavily, and he invested 23 million bells in turnips. And he turned those 23 million bells into 115 million bells. And, the big question on my mind was, well, are you going for $1 billion? And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, aren't you curious? Aren't you curious if it'll let you hit that 10th digit? So we did the math on it, and we estimated that if he were to go for 1 billion bells, it would probably take him about 50 hours. So, well, I mean, I told him, I said it's just nice to have the math done so you know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
So whether or not you choose to pursue it, that's up to you. But now you have the math. It's 50 hours. 50 more hours will get you to that 10th digit.
Thank you, Red 2.
So, Rizza said, can he even fit that many turnips on his island? Well, no. 50 hours is accounting for the fact that he'd have to do it multiple times. So it would take,
because it took him how long to sell this week?
It took him 6 hours.
Yeah, to sell half an island's worth, I think.
Yeah, about. So when you start to scale it up, it works out to about 48 or 50 hours worth of selling. But of course, that's multiple weeks worth because you can't do it all at once. So it would take him a few weeks. It'd be 50 hours over the course of a few weeks. Again, it's up to him. It's up to him. You know, I feel that gif of that woman that's like, I would like to see it. That's how I feel. But it's no pressure. No pressure on Tom. 520 bits from Mr. Gameboy. Stephen, did you see the Twitter post Danny with many A's made about your experience from Tuesday? It's wonderful and deals with the meme format that was discussed on Tuesday. Yes, I saw that. I think I retweeted it. But yeah, it was great.
It was great.
It was really great.
Because it was like Mr. Gameboy 18 there sitting there with like a drink. Yeah.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? It's wonderful. We also got 300 bits from Danny X6. You thought Tuesday was crazy. Just wait till you see what Chad has planned for today. Oh, God! Oh, my God! Oh! Oh, I am not a dog.
Do you need an ice pack?
I am not a... Did they hear that? That was loud. Oh, my God. I tried to do the dog thing where you, like, rotate your neck, and
your neck
my
popped?
neck exploded. People were like, you should see a chiropractor. I'm like, nah, give me a sec. Anyway, pop goes the Steven. It's fine. 300 bits from Shishisama. Made eggs and toast for the first time in months today. Good breakfast is good. That sounds good. We've been doing that a decent amount. I haven't done it for a breakfast stream, but I've done eggs and toast. We're doing it probably like once every 2 weeks. Does that sound right? Oh, there's the rain again. Hi, rain.
It's supposed to kind of taper off.
Probably once every
But the severe weather's done.
Once every 10 to 14 days. That's how often I think I can make eggs and not feel terribly guilty about the cholesterol levels. I'm like, yeah, this is fine. So.
Sweet Cappy.
Let's see. Silver JE asked if we saw the news about the Mother Project eToys working on. Yeah. Saw it right before bed.
It's on Hobonichi's Instagram too.
Yeah. And if anyone missed that announcement, there was a tweet that went up last night. Of course, it wasn't last night for Japan, but it was last night for us. It was from Hobonichi, eToys company, and it was a video, and it's like Hobonichi Mother Project, and it has like the logos for Mother 1, 2, and 3, and I'm just looking at this, and I'm like, I can't read this. It's all Japanese. I'm like, what does this mean? So my first thought was Clyde. Certainly Clyde has got info on this, so I went over to Clyde's Twitter, and sure enough, Clyde had already talked about it and said what it was. And it's basically a book that's coming out at the end of the year that contains all of the game text from Mother 1, 2, and 3. Which is a really interesting product. It's a neat idea. So it's just like all of the game text in book form. So that's neat. But then...
What song is this?
What?
What song is this?
Barbara
Seville.
Barbara Seville.
Okay.
Kind of surprised that song is on this computer. Anyway, but the other interesting thing is that also a part of that video, they said that there would be other mother-related news that was coming before that book released, and that's ominous. What could it mean? I don't know. Best case scenario, probably a compilation game for the Switch.
That would be great.
That would be the most exciting thing. Or I guess a remake would be even more exciting.
Link's Awakening style?
Yeah, I mean, like, that would be even higher.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna get a Mother 4, so I'm not expecting another Mother game. eToys, we actually I just looked this up the other day because I thought he was mid-60s. He's early 70s. eToys in his early 70s. I don't think we're getting a Mother 4 ever. That being said, a remake or a compilation game, that'd be pretty cool. So, yeah, it's exciting. It's not... Jam says, or he already made it in secret. If they ever want to make a Mother 4, I'll just say, why don't you just release Earthbound 64, which is just Mother 3, but it's a 3D Mother 3. That would be neat. That'd be cool. I know they have it somewhere. Anyway, so yeah, that all dropped last night, and that's exciting news. I mean, anytime you hear anything about the Earthbound series,
you get excited.
Yeah, we both get excited.
Yeah.
Let's see, we got 500 bits from Nixelpad, who says, so funny story. Apparently I've lost all sense of my days because yesterday my friend and I were going to play some Pokemon D&D. Tried to do that to the same song. Yesterday my friend and I were going to play some Pokemon D&D. It's a thing called Pokemon Tabletop United, or PTU for short. And I made sure that we didn't start before I watched you and John play Game Boy Player Disc Only, which is happening tonight. Looking forward to tonight. Losing sense of the days is common right about now, so I certainly don't blame you. But I hope that you either got to play or will get to play Pokemon D&D, and I hope that you're looking forward to the fortune cookie tonight. Chaos cookie, I think is what John calls it. Chaos cookie. And I don't know when... specifically Game Boy Player is happening in the stream. We're covering 11 games. Game Boy Player is one of them. I believe that it's going to be randomized. So I can't tell you to tune in at a certain time. We'll just kind of see what happens. Yeah. 100 bits from Paint Chipper. PC, thank you. 20 months from DC20 Will Save. Happy 20 months. Can't wait to watch your grandson play some video games tonight. Go, grandson. Is John also my son? I think he's my... Everyone is my grandson. And then John is my son. And then in certain capacities, I am John's son. It's hard. I don't understand. 300 bits from Danny X6. JK, there's nothing planned, probably. I want to turn my head again, but I'm worried that if I do it, my head will just fall off.
Yeah, don't do that again.
Okay. I'll just... I'm not a dog. I'm just not. I can't do it. Thank you, Danny. 17 months from Laney Bear. 17 months. Yay. Decided to go with an Animal Crossing nursery for my baby due in August. I just ordered some prints and a tapestry of your paintings for the room. That's gonna be super cute. Oh my goodness. Please, when you get far along in the process and you got some photos, if you could like tweet some photos or something at us so we can see that, because that sounds absolutely adorable. Animal Crossing is a great subject matter for a nursery. That's really cool. Also, I don't know, it's just the idea of a kid growing up and seeing this imagery and then like later attaching it to the game, being like, oh, I understand. My parents loved video games. It's just really neat.
Lainey says, totally will send you guys pictures of it.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Let's see. We got 4 months from Warrant Zero. Ice cream is the best thing to eat, unless you're lactose intolerant. That's true.
Italian ice, though.
Ooh. Oh. I like Italian ice more than ice cream. Yep. I'm debating mentally.
Bars, those frozen fruit juice bars.
Yeah.
Those are good, but if you have wisdom teeth out, you wouldn't want to eat that.
Yeah.
No.
When I was a kid, I ate many meals at Fazoli's. I loved Fazoli's. My parents loved Fazoli's, so we went to Fazoli's. And one of the things that they have at Fazoli's is an Italian ice. And basically every time I went to Fazoli's, I got an Italian ice. And I loved it. And to this day, if we see a Fazoli's on the road, we have to stop. I'm like, we gotta stop. We gotta get some Fazoli's.
See, I'd rather have custard.
Well, custard, it's not that custard's bad. Custard's good.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's custard and ice cream are more similar than ice cream and Italian ice.
Yeah.
Pretty different. Lee Pine asked if I could give a progress update of Fan Favorites 2019. The progress update is that Dan has it.
Kippy, here's the rain.
Oh, it's not scary. You're fine. Dan has all the material, and basically it'll come out when it comes out. It's a big project, and Dan's also balancing, all of our other stuff and the Runaway Guy stuff and Tom's stuff. So.
And sometimes Emil stuff.
Well, I mean, he does graphics for Emil, so yes. He doesn't edit Emil's videos, but he does the graphics. And I also know, as of not long ago, he had a lot of graphic stuff to do for Emil, because I had asked Dan about something, and Dan was like, I cannot do it right now. He's like, I very suddenly had to work on a bunch of graphic stuff for Emil, and I was like, okay, well, when you can. So, at some point. But, knowing where we are with stuff, because Dan has just recently sent me a lot of stuff, like, to put it into perspective, May is looking pretty done.
Good. I have work to do, so.
Like, May is tomorrow, but the month is already, basically done. For the most part. Not completely, but for the most part. So because of that, it could be soon. Could be soon. Let's see. We got, did I read that?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay. My brain shut off. 900 bits from Spooky Boy River. Thank you, SPR. SP. SB. Yeah, they sound similar.
You can read.
I can read. I mean, that's debatable, but yeah, I can read. 20 months from JCJX. 20 months, and Smiles and Tears, one of my favorites, is currently playing as I type. Thank you, Stephen and Mal, for introducing this lovely song/music to me. Happy 20. Anyway, how would you define the difference between song versus music? Existence of lyrics. I mean,
I think so. Like, if I think of music, it doesn't need lyrics, but if I think of a song, I feel like it should have it.
What?
I don't know.
What are you saying? Are you defining the difference between a song
but also,
and a lyric?
Music...
Oh, I see what you're saying. I misread the question, so you were answering something that was completely different in my head. And I went back and reread it, and I'm like, oh! Anyway, yes, exactly what she said.
But music could also be kind of plural. Just...
Yeah,
I mean... a song would be a specific...
Yeah, to me, a song is music with words. That's how I view it, which I guess is identical to how you view it. Yeah. Sorry, I was when I read that, my brain was thinking more of a philosophical thing. And I was like, that's a deep question. And Mal was like, one's got words. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then I reread it and I was like, oh wait, she read the question better than I did. Anyway, I agree with Mal. 500 bits from Doan, 2300. Today is my birthday.
Happy birthday.
I hope that your birthday is wonderful. And again, you're having a birthday during the strange times, but that just means that it's memorable.
Yeah.
Strangely memorable. I've been talking to a few other friends over the past few weeks, I guess, that have had different birthdays, and I've sent them very similar messages. Because it's like, hey, it's your birthday. It's probably going to be weird, but that just means it's special. It's a special one. You'll look back on this one and be like, remember when it was the weird times? It was the weird times. 5 months from Tom Coyd. Hope you guys are well. Since I've stopped my daily routine, time has lost meaning, so I'm glad I happened to wake up for breakfast. We're happy to provide meaning for time once again. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, at least.
It's what keeps us on time.
Yeah, if we weren't doing breakfast stream twice a week, I can just imagine the chaos that our lives would fall into. 300 bits from Summer Essentia. I've officially survived both my exams. To celebrate, here's a random fact about Norwegians. Sometimes to say goodbye, people will say snakes, as in the English word snakes. It's similar to the Norwegian word snakes, meaning talk to you later, and it's all because of snakes on a plane. What? Interesting. Oh, I learned something. Snakes. I'll try to remember that if I'm ever out that way. Which I mean we would like to. We would like to visit all of the Scandinavian countries at some point. 7 months from vaccinated Cujo. 7 months. Haven't been able to watch in a while due to the world exploding and have missed this. Well, I'm glad to have you back. And despite the world exploding, we're still here, standing amongst the rubble and eating toast.
Pop-Tarts today.
Auxme gifts a sub to Gwendemir. Thank you, Auxme. You got the 18-month sub from JupiCat. That's 1+. 105 bits from Macau 2020. Thank you. 300 bits from Jam, who says, I made a playlist which is just The Good Burn on loop, and I'm waiting till when I can eventually sleep and see what dreams will happen. I know listening to Breakfast Stream adds horror films where it's lamp, but Steven keeps saying hop, 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 like it's a horror mantra, and listening to horror podcasts adds happy, fun stuff to my dreams. So we'll see where this literary genius, which screams something, will land. It's nice to know that Breakfast Stream makes horror dreams. Like if you need nightmares, you can just listen to Breakfast Stream. But I guess there's some weird stuff that happens on Breakfast Stream. I so very rarely can remember dreams. It's always very exciting to me when I can. I think I told the story of the dream I had most recently, where I had to like walk Haley home.
Yeah.
And there was a big slug.
Yeah.
I think I remember. I think I told that one. And
I had a dream last night where we were doing some sort of like laser tag, and you and I were on separate teams, and you were like, drink these shots of alcohol, and I'm like, but why? And you were like, it's okay, trust me. And I'm like, but you're on the other team, and you were like, we're gonna win, just drink the alcohol.
What?
And I've never done shots in my life. Like...
Stephen George, known for peer pressuring people into doing shots. Yeah, that sounds definitely 100% in character for me. Okay. Perfect. 17 months from Luca 18. Luca, thank you. 12 months, that's a year.
You have to have the keyboard vertical because Kepler's there. Look at his tail.
I know.
Oh.
Here, buddy.
He's sitting on it funny.
There we go, I saved him. From Rasaka Gaming, 1 year, woo! Thanks for the laughs during these crazy times, guys. Also wanted to give a birthday shout out to my boyfriend today. Hopefully we will get to see each other soon. Haven't been together since Valentine's Day. Have a great day, guys. Well, I hope that I hope you get to see each other soon. I hope everyone gets to see everybody soon. I talked to my dad on the phone yesterday. He had called to see if we wanted. They were out and they were going to pick up food, and they wanted to know if we wanted food. And I was like, no, we got something we're eating tonight, but I appreciate it. And when we were talking, one of the things he said is, he's like, hey, I hope we get to see each other again soon. And like, I mean, me too, but like, it just hurt my heart. I was like, me too, Dad. I'm looking forward to having dinner with them at some point. One of the things I thought about was like, if we could not go anywhere, like if we could have enough food that we just not go anywhere for 2 weeks, and I felt comfortable with the idea of like, we have been quarantined for 2 weeks, I wouldn't mind doing dinner with them,
Yeah.
It's just very hard to do. It's very hard to make all of that happen, but I want to. Let's see, we got 300 bits from Prince7. Speaking of short stories, there's a website called talktotransformer.com that you put in a few sentences. From there, it tries to fill in a few paragraphs of what it thinks would be written next. A fun idea would be to take a quote from a video of yours and see what story that makes, and then fill in the rest to make what the website gives you make sense. Some story before that and closing it off. Interesting. I've never heard of that, but now I'm like incredibly curious. Talktotransformer.com. Neat. I've seen an article or a video article about bots making entire news articles before, where like they have just a small amount of information and they're able to write. It's like if you start to like really peer into it, you can see that it's definitely nonsense, but it like from just from glancing at it, it looks pretty good. Mm-hmm. It's just neat how far technology has come. Anyway, 12 months. Another year. For Moist Crunchy Potato, my 3 pluses have merged into a little one. Sweet. Here's to 1 year of crunch with everyone's favorite grandparents. Thank you for an entire year. I appreciate that. 300 bits from Squid. My sleep schedule had to go from staying up to around midnight for a little bit to having to sleep really early because now I have multiple early morning shifts each week now, so it's very much all over the place. Yeah, I mean, that can be difficult whenever it's shifting like that. Hopefully you're doing well, getting up in the mornings, and then also adjusting from having to go from one extreme to the other.
Yeah.
Besides getting up early on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we don't have to. Sometimes we don't. So that can be... I can only imagine how difficult it would be if, like, if suddenly we had a work position that was like, oh, you need to be up at 6. Because I would be like, that's hard. Please do not ask me to do this. 300 bits from Ollie Tomlinson. Just woke up. It's bad because it's 2 p.m. here, so it's finally a breakfast stream for me. Shout out to Ollie and everyone that has woken up in the past week at some point at 2 p.m. We've finally gotten things back on track where we're consistently waking up in the a.m. So that's good. Because there were a few... Yeah, there's the hands. There were a few different days over the past few weeks where, 1:30. And I don't like that. I really don't like that.
No.
The minute that I wake up and it's a PM, I'm like, would prefer it to be morning. 500 bits from Thea Hex. Just wanted to express that I was very galaxy brain today, and since I'm out of milk, I instead poured my coffee over some vanilla ice cream we had left. Have you guys had to galaxy brain something during all this? That's incredible. Also, it sounds good.
Yeah.
I would not mind that. That's very smart. I feel like we just did something that was like, oh, that's clever, but of course I don't remember it.
I don't remember it either.
But there was definitely something where we adjusted for something. I don't know. If I sit here and try to remember, I definitely won't. But that's neat. You can definitely use vanilla ice cream in a pinch. 16 months from Leah L. Pritchett. So I decided to watch Fallout 4 again, and no joke, Steven, you said to the in-game wife, but dear, I am trying to interact with everything in our kitchen. If I don't touch this toaster, I swear to God I'll die. I think this was an omen. Also, 16. Yeah, Fallout 4 started in 2015, so that was 3 years before Breakfast Stream. Coincidence? Or incredible foreshadowing? Coincidence, but
yeah,
still very cool. 100 bits from Colonel Kyle. Thank you, Kyle. 15 months from Buenosaur. I miss Tuesday's War. Thank goodness the VODs exist. It's those shenanigans that remind me why I love this community so much. Virtual hugs to everyone. Aw. Well, thank you, Buenosaur. And if anyone else missed the VOD and hasn't seen it on Twitch and would prefer to watch it on YouTube, like I said near the beginning of the stream, I will have that out shortly. I'll get that available to everyone because it's currently uploaded. Don't say F word. Everyone's allowed to say Fallout during the month that the most recent episode comes out. And
so it's the 30th?
So since Fallout came out April 1st, we're still allowed to say Fallout. But tomorrow we can't say Fallout anymore. So make sure you get all your Fallouts out. It's like a mantra. Fallout, Fallout, Fallout. Get them out.
Say it enough times in the mirror.
A new episode appears. Yeah.
At 2 a.m.
Well, okay, well, stop.
On a Thursday.
What are you doing? You can't do that to me. if everyone says it in the mirror enough, Steven will make a new one tonight. And I'm like, no, I won't.
No, I'm just saying, like, that's when you're supposed to do it.
It'll come out on a... God, wouldn't that be the... I make a new episode of Fallout and schedule it for the middle of John's stream. So the chat's just like, did Steven just release a new episode of Fallout? And John's like, why would you do that? I'm like...
I mean... You'd have to film it and edit it today.
No,
That's
there is a
happening.
0% chance of it happening today. Like, it could not. Do it, you won't. I can't do it. It literally could not do it. If I started now, I couldn't do it. I couldn't get it done.
Can't be wrong.
So, it's just a funny thought. It's not an actual thing that's occurring. Yeah, at some point.
Do it, you can't wait.
Do it, you can't. NDL has a good question. Is there more recording that needs to happen, or is it more in the editing? There is no more Fallout recorded. So at this point forward, it's no longer just editing, it's recording, which is one of the reasons why it's going to be... There's more to do. There's more to do. So, I'm excited about it. And I've got, I know what I'm going to do, which is probably the hardest part. Mm-hmm. I just have to position myself. Steven needs to relearn how to play. You have no idea how true that is. That's true. That's true. Trying to record something from week to week.
Yeah.
It gets worse going from month to month. I even remember every time I would sit down to play Red Dead, I had to relearn how to play Red Dead. But it was partially because Red Dead has 50 buttons. It was like, well, if you're on a horse and you want to do this, you need to hold down this button while hitting this button. Make sure you're about to hit this button. So I would sit down and be like, how do I play this game? I loved Red Dead, but every time I sat down to record it, I was like, how do I play this game? I don't know. It also doesn't help if you're recording two different games at once, and the control schemes are different. Anyway. Back on track. 2 months from Psychotic Sonic. Thank you, Sonic. 500 bits from Nixelpad. There was a random meteor shower on my island last night, and I was there for hours just collecting stars with friends. I personally have not done that, but almost everyone else in our group has. Mm-hmm. They'll have little meteor shower parties, because, Haley or Lindsay will say something.
Speaking of Haley.
Oh my god, that's well-timed. Yeah, Haley or Lindsay will post in the Steven and Friends chat for Discord and be like, I'm having a meteor shower, and then everyone else will be like, I'm coming over now. And I'm never one of the people that comes over because
you're normally busy.
I play Animal Crossing for a very, very set amount of time each day. It's I try to put 30 minutes into it, and then I'm like, okay, I can't do anymore. I need to work on other stuff. But there's a lot of people in our group that they'll actually multitask too. They'll pull it up, and then they'll have it set up, and then all you have to do is just tap A.
Yeah.
So they'll work on other things and just tap A. So anyway, Haley, glad you're here this morning. It's early. I guess it's not that early. It's almost 9 there, so it's reasonable. It's a reasonable time. Reasonable. It's just funny that she showed up literally seconds before I was like, and Haley. Well timed. Let's see here. 300 bits from Satsy. I have a radiator in the kitchen now. I'm relieved I don't have to worry about the damp and mold in there. Good.
Yeah.
Good. And then also, your kitchen won't be freezing, which is a plus as well. 300 bits from Spooky Boy River. Thank you guys for keeping the chill during these trying times. I've been watching your content since 2nd grade, and now I'm almost a junior in high school. I just aged 10 years.
You need me to look for more?
Oh, they're there. It has been a comfort for me, especially during these last few months. I'm so excited to be able to finally give back. I'm glad that you've been watching for so long. I mean, it always means a lot to me whenever I hear that people have been... they'll tell me when they started and how, how old they are now. And I'm like, it just means a lot to me, the fact that we have managed to continually be entertaining for that long. That means the world to me. I know that, at some point, your tastes and interests change. And that happens to a lot of people in a lot of channels. And, I mean, certainly I'm sure it happens to us as well with people. But it just means a lot when people are like, you know what, I've been watching you for 10 years, and I still like it. I'm like, good! I'm really glad. My sincerest hope is that it stays entertaining. We got 500 bits from Sparkstrike. I'm using the PS4 SharePlay so my friends can experience Final Fantasy VII Remake with me, and it's been great. Well, that's cool. It's a good way to experience that. I would love to get the time to actually play through that. Alex wants to play through Final Fantasy VII Remake because he enjoyed the original, but does not have a PS. I almost said a PS Triple. The PS Triple Plus One, PS4. It's going to come out on on PC at some point. I think he's waiting on that. 200 bits from Hugh1290. Thank you, Hugh. 12 months. You clap, so I don't have to. Thank you. From Xenoblade Fanatic. 1 year. Been a great year so far. You know, with this whole thing going on and high school graduation being pushed back into August, maybe. Anyways, have a great morning, grandparents. Thank you, Xenoblade. And, you know, stuff's on pause. Stuff's on pause for a while. What are you doing?
He's just rolling.
That's not...
He's trying to get cozy.
Yeah, but he's like, he's leaning backwards off of my lap. Is that not painful? That's how you fall. Photo for cat tax.
Can't be.
Photo for cat tax.
I'm gonna wait for him to roll back.
You're gonna wait for him to roll back? He'll never do it now.
I know.
Oh.
What are you trying to do?
He's never gonna do it now.
No, he's not.
Not gonna do it. I could like do this. Mal will post the cat tax shortly. Or more accurately, Mal will post the cat tax for the mods to post shortly. 500 bits from Nixelpad. My island is supposed to have a turnip range from 200 to 600 at noon, so I'm preparing for that by getting my chores done early. Mal also. Is it today?
And Lindsay and Paul.
You and Lindsay and Paul have been tracking stuff, and they're supposed to have high prices today.
Yep.
So that's exciting.
Hopefully one of the three of us will.
We got... Cappy. Man, that is not a flattering angle.
Large.
That is not a flattering angle.
Like this big.
He really is not that big. The angle that Mal captured that was like... He looks
perspective.
I know, he looks like an inflated hot dog.
A little head.
This tiny little head. You took the photo from here. Probably should have took it from here. You poor little inflated hot dog. God, we bought...
You.
What do you mean, me?
You were the one who was pushing for it.
Mallory.
And I remember saying specifically in Costco.
Mallory.
Steven, I don't care. I'll eat a couple.
Mallory. It was a group decision. The family unit. The family unit made a decision.
It wasn't.
We made a choice as a married couple to buy hot dogs from a Costco.
You decided.
We both had input. I inputted my
desire, and I was like, whatever.
If you buy hot dogs at a Costco, you are making a commitment to hot dogs. They're so cheap. We hadn't been to Costco since the pandemic started.
We've noticed that Steven needs to eat more food than me, like just in general, like larger portions or more often or something.
Yeah.
Because like if I eat with you all the time, that's not good. But if you eat what I eat, that's not good either. When you're like, I want hot dogs, I'm like, well then get some because they're easy enough for you to just reheat and have something so you can have more.
Yeah. So, we bought a pack of hot dogs at Costco. And if you're familiar with Costco, you will know that they only come in a 36 pack. So we have 36 hot dogs. And that's fine. And that's fine. So we got 36 hot dogs, 32 buns, because they don't sell them in 36 packs. So I'll worry about, like, the missing 4 at some point.
Just use bread.
I probably will.
Yeah.
The buns are good until May 16th. So I'm like, all right, Mal, we've got a little over 2 weeks
For you to eat.
For us. Don't you say you, it's a group effort for us to
I'm not gonna...
Us to eat 36 hot dogs. Hot dogs are delicious. They're probably not good for you. I'm so glad that we have 36 of them.
Thomas says the buns will last longer than that. I know. Steven's idea of bread is, but it's expired. And I'm like, but there's no mold on it.
That's not even true. Where did you get that?
All the time. You're like,
that is
Mal,
not
this
true.
bread is expired. No, you do it all the time.
Mallory, I always check for mold. Do I announce that the date is past its thing? Yes. But that doesn't mean I don't eat it. Do I announce it? Yes. I announce it because it's supposed to be announced. I do that for any food product. I always preface it with, this is expired. It doesn't mean we can't consume it, but I want everyone to be aware. The idea that I won't eat the bread is literally crazy.
I mean, you will eat it, but you always tell
Mallory,
me, and I'm like, it's fine.
Mallory, I grew up in a family that would tear the mold off. Okay? So you do not get to tell me that I will not eat the bread. I will eat the bread. Mallory, if there's any mold on the bread, will throw away the bread. Which is actually what you should do. You should probably just throw the whole thing away. But don't you fire shots at me. I'll fire them right back. You think you got a gun. I keep one too. Guns. What was I talking about? 1400 bits from Joe Gmo. Is there a poll? Maybe not. 1400 bits from Joe Gmo. That reminds me, I don't know if you remember me talking about doing Smash D&D with the Happy Village as a subject. I do. But that did end up happening and my players really enjoyed it. We're thinking of doing another session. I just need to figure out the next series I want to see them play in. I mean, my first thought, just since we're playing it, is Mario RPG. It could be fun. Any RPG is a good good subject matter just because there's so much to work with. I'm not super familiar with Xenoblade, but Xenoblade might be a good one too. Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff to work from, and maybe chat can give you some ideas as well. If you don't want to do Earthbound again. Although Earthbound, there's a lot of stuff to work with from that as well. Let's see, we got 18 months from Jennifer Jack, 1+. Thank you, Jennifer. Viper HD sends 100 bits. Appreciate that. 300 bits from Anne. A hearty good morning to you, grandparents. Watching breakfast stream while crafting fish bait for one last try at getting the tuna before it goes away until November.
Oh.
Oh, man. Yeah. To all of our Animal Crossing folks, today is the last day for tuna, blue marlin?
Yes, and tarantulas?
Sounds right. Yeah. So, if you haven't managed to catch those... Oh, and dabs. So, if you haven't managed to catch those, you probably have a dab by now, because they're pretty common. Today is the day. Today is the day.
Thomas says, oh, really? Rip.
Yeah. I finally did get a tuna. Tuna was the one that took me forever. I've caught multiple marlins. Sometimes I'm walking by the pier, and I'm like, I'll just see if I throw it, and then it's a marlin. And I'm like, okay. I caught so many marlins that I gave marlins to CJ to make a marlin plaque.
And how did it look?
Awful.
I know.
The plaques that you get are not representative of the size of the fish. They're all the same size. And I'm like, well, that's stupid. And then there's a separate item that is a blue marlin plaque, separate from the one that CJ makes for you. And that one's big.
Yeah.
Because I think I just mailed that
I got it for
to somebody. I think I mailed that to Thomas.
Some yellowfish. Oh, I sent Thomas the last fossil. I think we all have them now.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Fossils are dead. Time for art. Collect all the art. We got 4 months at tier 2 from Hugh1290. Tier 2, that's Gold Toast. Thank you, Hugh. Appreciate that. 300 bits from Danny X6. Animal Crossing is a great subject for a nursery. Gotta teach them infants about crippling debt, art dealer, con artists, and dig dig swap. I mean, if you don't teach your children early about art dealer, con artists, then they're gonna have to figure it out themselves, and that's just, it could be very expensive. It's better to just teach them now. What is this? I had a feeling it was C418. I was like, this sounds like it could be C418. And it was. Neat. 300 bits from Jam. I didn't have real ice cream until I was 16 because of lactose allergies, so my life was rainbow sherbet and the rotating flavors we could find because it either didn't have milk or didn't have enough to trigger my allergies. Also, Rice Dream, which had carob instead of chocolate, so I had to imagine what chocolate was all that time. So you've had some very different experiences. Although now, I guess, since you are older than 16, you have had ice cream. One thing I never think about is sherbet. I very rarely very rarely remember that that's a thing.
Yeah.
But there's occasions in the summer that my mom will buy it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I never buy it, but my mom will buy it, and then we'll have some. And it's good. I like it. It's just, I never remembered that it's a thing.
Carly was lactose intolerant as a baby. And
Really?
then kind of grew out of it, and now she's finding that she really can't have milk anymore. Or dairy products.
I'm keeping, I think I've announced it here, but I'm keeping very, very close track of my food. Mm-hmm. Well, food and bowel movements.
To see
if I have any allergies that stick out. I've been doing it now for about a month. And I've kept really good track, which is good. And so far, there's no data that's helpful.
So far.
So I'm hoping.
I mean, I would
to learn
keep
more
doing
soon.
it until you can finally go to the doctor, which will be a while.
Yeah, but right now my good days and bad days are identical. So yeah, it's really interesting. It's like, here's the food that you're eating on your good days that are good: gluten, caffeine, milk, like all that stuff. It's like, and I'm like, okay, and it's like, here's your bad days: gluten, caffeine, milk. And I'm like, okay, I've learned nothing yet. So we got 7 months from Orguzgu. I think I'm gonna say that I pronounced that right. Good morning, grandparents. Good morning. Hope you're having a good morning. 7 months also from LXRun. So happy to be here with y'all. Thank you for everything you do. No problem. Happy to entertain. And then, oh, this is weird. Another 7 months. So 777. Casino time. Blaze Fires. Because I work from home, I get to see more of the stream than I could before, which is fun. Thanks for what you do, and I wish you luck today. Well, thanks. I'll need just a little bit of luck because I'm going to have to stay up so late.
Yeah.
Because I'm up this morning, and I'm going to be up until 2 a.m. because of the stream. So we'll see. I honestly, sometime this afternoon or evening, I'm wondering if I should take a short nap. We'll see. I'm thinking that there might have to be a nap, because otherwise, I don't want to get like 2 hours into John's stream and then be like, "Good job, John!
Go make a coffee and get a Coke."
You're doing great, buddy!" And then they'll be asking me questions. I'll be like, "I'm sorry, what?" I want to make sure I can be awake for that. 300 bits from Gold Mage. Ooh, did someone say random facts? I can do that. Did you know that albatrosses can smell a delicious scent and follow it for over 20 kilometers? That's 12 miles. And bonus fact, albatrosses probably wouldn't put up with the torture that chat put you through. They'd fly away. No albatrosses, but possible one Stephen, were harmed in the making of this message. Thank you, Gold Mage. I hope everyone collectively learns about albatrosses each and every week. It's so fun, and it's much more fun when they're not around your neck. 15 months from Halaloth. Have not caught myself up on the vlog yet, but hearing about the good burn is low-key shaming me for not delving into the creative writing for over a year. reworking a novel near and dear to your heart is an exhausting process. Well, I hope that it is in some way an inspiration to get back to it. I've had a few other people actually reach out to me and talk about the fact that it was inspiring for them to get back into creative writing. And I'm like, well, that's good. You know, that wasn't certainly my particular intention.
Here, Kepler.
But I'm glad that it's helping other folks, you know, do that sort of thing. It's something that I truly do enjoy. I don't expect myself to have a lot of time to work on it. And it's not something I enjoy that to the point that I lament not doing it. But when I get a chance, I'll try. And I gotta tell you that it was wasn't even close to your intention. Nope, it was really just to piss off Thomas. Like that's the first time I've ever written a story that way.
Yeah.
In tiny chunks where people are giving immediate feedback with reactions.
Yeah.
And it's probably the most fun I've ever had writing something, because you have to keep going. You can't stop, and you have to try and make it make sense. Thomas says it didn't even make me mad. I wanted to go to bed. It was, that was fun. If I ever write anything ever again, I will choose to do it that way, because I had the most fun that way. 500 bits from Nixelpad. I understand the desire is to physically have dinner with your parents, but what about sharing dinner with them over video chat? That's another good idea. Mm-hmm. We might do that at some point too. I've been doing video chats with them a little bit. I don't think I did one last week.
No, I don't think so.
I was busy last week. And also, I've been helping them with tech stuff, and last week they didn't have any tech stuff they needed help with. So we'll, I'll try and catch up with them soon here. Probably within the next, maybe Sunday. I'll probably call them Sunday. 4 months from Trainer Shy Guy, who says 4 months apparently? That's what it says. And we have to trust that it's right. Twitch gets some things wrong occasionally, but we'll assume this one's right. Fossix gives a sub to Nightbot, but Nightbot at, I don't know, some unknown number. Thank you, Fossix. 100 bits from Piranha Heat. Appreciate it. 18 months from Sapphire Becca. April should have been the worst month of my life, and even though I'm still grieving, thanks to y'all and the rest of TRG's crew's stream/vids, I've kept my chin up. Love y'all. Can't wait for tonight's chaos. Becca, my heart goes out to you, and I hope you enjoy tonight. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I always enjoy getting a chance to hang out with John and Tom, and I don't know Jared that well, but I'm getting a chance to know him better, and increasingly looking forward to hanging out with Jared as well. 300 bits from Joldre. I took 2 weeks off of my job for mental health reasons, so I'm finally getting rest and relaxation that I need. After 2 weeks of mostly 6 a.m. shifts, waking up at 5, I need as much as I can take. Take it. Everyone needs a break. Yep. Everyone needs a break. Mental health breaks are they're a thing. It's something that I felt was never talked about when I was a kid, and maybe just it was a different time where humanity as a whole wasn't talking about that. But it's something that now that I've gotten older, I'm like, no, that's a thing. You gotta do that, because you get overwhelmed with the state of the world and the state of your job and all this stuff. So everyone's got to do that in a way that works for them. For us, sometimes that's just choosing a day and being like, we're gonna sleep in today. We're gonna sleep in, and we're not gonna get started until after lunch. And we're gonna take it easy.
Yeah. And
that tends to help. Fossix gives us up to Haley to the Kubliest. Thank you, Fossix. Appreciate that. 300 bits from Shy, who says, listening to people give random facts, thought I'd offer my own for kicks. The word chrono is Greek, and while it is generally known to mean time, it's also used as an actual unit of time, 1 year to be exact. It's also used to refer to how old someone is. It even technically has a plural form, chronia, or when referring to age, one might say they are a certain number of chronon. While that's only a rough bare-bones explanation, thought it'd be fun to share. I didn't know that. I learned something. It also helps Chrono Trigger make a whole lot more sense.
Yeah.
because it's got the pendulum, because the game's all about time. Neat. 304 bits from Ollie Thompson music. I got Rise, a simple story, the other day. Oh my god, the music and art direction is just beautiful, but one of my favorite games, Battlefront 2, had its last update yesterday, so I don't know how to feel. You're filling the void of Battlefront with Rise, which is a very different experience. But an exciting one nonetheless. And folks didn't see, Rise is coming to the channel on Saturday. Right?
I know that's next. I just
Yeah,
don't know
it's
what
Saturday.
day. I don't pay attention to the schedule.
I mean, you don't have to.
I know, so I don't.
So you don't?
No.
It's a really interesting situation for us because it's a series that debuts on the 2nd of the month, and that probably means nothing to anyone else, but that's actually a big headache for us because on a new series we include the Patreon ticker, and the Patreon ticker can't be completed until the 1st. So May's Patreon ticker will be done at some point on the 1st, and then we have to get that Patreon ticker done because it's something I make, and then send to Dan, who has that episode edited, but the ticker's
Just
not
waiting
in
on
it.
the ticker.
So then you'll have to get the ticker, put the ticker in, and then send it over to me. It's a very quick turnaround. And it's we can do it on the 2nd. If the game would have fallen onto the 1st, we would have just not released it on the 1st. We would have had to have changed the schedule because it's impossible to do. But you know, we'll get there. We'll get there. But yeah, Rise is great. Rise is super great.
Yeah, it is.
And Mal and I played
I
it.
enjoyed it.
We played it co-op, and it's so fun. It's about Santa Claus, I think. Is that right? That's how I remember it. 300 bits from Melissa Little Bear. Mal, apologize to Kepi for that unflattering depiction. What did she think I said?
She thought you said Siri.
Which word sounded like that? Apologize?
Apologize?
Siri, you're drunk. You're getting flipped over. 300 bits from Melissa Little Bear. Mal, apologize to Kepi for that unflattering depiction. Real note, good luck tonight, Stephen. Love you both. Thank you, Alyssa.
I'm sorry, Kepi. Do we need a better Kepi picture?
Oh my god.
I was trying to get him concerned about the rain.
Hey Siri, remind me today at 2 p.m. to tell Dan not to overthrow the government today. Mine's flipped over, so everyone who has a phone and a voice similar to mine now has a reminder for 2 p.m. You're welcome. 300 bits from Shy. Stephen expressed interest in hot dogs. Mal expressed indifference. That's basically a unanimous decision. That's how I feel things work. Bear like is mad. Stephen!
There's another Kepi picture.
You sending another one?
Another Kepi picture.
Okay. How dare you? Aw, look at that little stinker. He's a good boy.
His beans.
Finally feeling better.
Yeah, did we talk about that?
We did.
Yeah.
On Tuesday we talked about
Yeah.
that. That
I
vlog...
mean, no problem since.
Yeah, that vlog will be coming out today where he had the weird issue where he was in some sort of pain. We think maybe from a muscle cramp or something. We don't know. So when that vlog comes out, at least you'll know that he has been fine. And he's been up and down the stairs racing me.
Just fine.
So he's good. He's good. 10 months from Daily Dose of Joseph. I'm about to McFrickin' lose it. Sorry, that's a great phrase. I forgot to set our cold brew coffee up last night, so now to prevent suffering, I have to go to a convenience store. How inconvenient. Hey, thanks for the content. This show is great from my morning Animal Crossing grind. Glad to provide. Sorry that the cold brew didn't work out, but at least you get to visit the inconvenience store. But hey, without the store, it would be inconvenient. You'd have to eat. I don't know. You'd have to drink. Concentrate. How would you... Well, I mean, if you're making cold brew in the fridge overnight, which we've done before, too.
Yeah.
I guess it would be very hard to come up with a quick alternative. 2 months from a person, Dude 1. Love your co-op Let's Plays and streams. Thanks for all you two do. Thanks. I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the current stuff. 500 bits from Alice Forsyth. I'm glad that I just resubbed for 4 months. You guys are my favorites and only internet grandparents. Keep up the great work and see you later in another stream. Let's meet back tomorrow, shall we? I always wanted to say that. I mean, I will see you later. Again, if anyone came in late, tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, we'll be over on John's channel for 6 hours doing a bonus stream. It's gonna be good. Fossick has the link. If you're not already following John, he streams at different times than me. Very different times. 100 bits from Miss Singing Girl. Appreciate it. Thank you. 300 from Jam. I'll be going to Costco for the first time since mid-March, so I'm expecting the full Thunderdome experience. And I'm finally sleeping after that. It's gonna be crazy. Also, I seem to remember Steven regretted a Costco hot dog and swore them off. Or was that just while eating a large slice of pizza? Now he has a future of 20 plus at least. May the BAL stats be ever in your favor.
Well, we're cooking these ourselves.
Yeah.
So they get up to temperature for sure and stay at temperature.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the hot dogs you buy, they're fully cooked.
Yeah.
So you could eat them straight out of the pack if you want. It sounds gross, and it is gross, but could you? Yeah, you could, since they're cooked.
Enjoy the rest of those hot dogs.
What?
Happy Yoshi says, grill them. I thought about it, because we have brats frozen too. So I thought about making hamburgers, because Jeff posted a picture of hamburgers last week. And since then, I'm like...
We have not had a hamburger in a long time.
And Jeff's looked so good.
Like, I don't think we had a hamburger in March.
No.
So we haven't had a hamburger since February or January. It's been months.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm not even, like, a big hamburger
Chaz
guy.
says they were so good.
You know? But...
See, Chaz gets burgers, and we get cake.
We got trade.
Yeah.
But we bought, yeah, DoorDash would be an idea, but, like, we bought some, ground beef, which we were going to use for... Meatballs, but we'll have enough extra that we should be able to make 2 hamburger patties. And then finally have a hamburger. It's just one of those things, like, when you haven't had a particular thing in a while, you start craving it. It's like, occasionally, my brain will be like, if you don't have orange juice soon, you'll die. And I'll be like, what is this? But it's just like an annual thing. Once a year, my brain's like, drink orange juice. And I'm like, okay. And then I have like 1 glass, and I'm like, I'm good. I don't need any more of this. Shy gives a sub to Tommy Tors. Appreciate it. 3-month resub from Cure Jupiter. That's a plus. 500 bits from Very Matcha. Good morning, Kepi and grandparents. Hope you guys are doing well today. We are. I think it's a pretty good day. And I'm hoping that we get to go for another walk again. I would like that.
Yeah, I would too.
As long as the rain stops. Satsy says you put off scurvy for another year. Not this year's scurvy. And I'm good.
Did Chaz get cake finally?
These are the questions that...
Because Thomas said, Chaz, show your cake.
Did Chaz get some cake finally? I hope.
I mean, he didn't get any for... I bought discount cake. Oh.
Everyone deserves cake.
Because it was his birthday.
It was his birthday.
And then he was complaining about not having cake.
Yeah.
And Jeff was like, I would have made you a cake. I offered.
He can't show it if it's gone. I mean, no argument here. Let's see. We also got 300 bits from Jam. It says, trivia bonus. There was a bear who enlisted in the Polish army who made it to the rank of corporal. He also ate cigarettes, drank, understood Polish, and carried weapons to the front during battles. His name was Wojtek. 1% of the corn grown in the U.S. is sweet corn, the corn you eat as corn. The other 99% is field corn, or dent corn, which is inedible. Shaq hit almost 12,000 baskets in his career. Exactly one of them was a three-pointer. I have no idea how many of them had the good burn. I feel like Shaq probably had the good burn. It's possible.
Now I want sweet corn.
I don't.
I know.
That's the one thing I feel pretty dang sure of.
It's not good for your stomach.
I'm like, I feel real certain I'm allergic to corn. of all of the things, I'm like, I feel pretty certain I'm allergic to corn. Anyway, jam. Appreciate it. Thank you. Trying to think of other things to say.
Stream tonight.
That's the most important
Stream
thing.
tomorrow.
Streaming it tonight.
What
Streaming
comes
tomorrow.
out on Saturday?
Streaming on the... What?
What comes out on Saturday? What's Steven and Friends?
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Not Animal Crossing.
Okay.
The way that we're doing it now is that we're going to alternate.
That'll give me some time to finish my island, because mine hasn't been filmed yet.
In the month of April, we did every weekend as Animal Crossing, and now we are starting to do every other weekend. So this weekend will not be Animal Crossing, but next weekend will. And we'll just kind of do it that way. So we're going to start spacing it out. So I don't know what's coming out this weekend. We'll see. Either Broken Picture Phone or 1,000 Blank White Cards or Golf with Your Friends. We have a pretty good amount of stuff in reserves right now. Thomas has got to make Wetbone 2. And then the other thing, of course, is the stream tonight.
Yeah.
8 p.m. Eastern on John's channel. We'll be playing some stuff. It's been almost 3 months since 1,000 Blank White Cards. Really? I mean, generally the way I do it, and once you know this, you can actually start to
Yes.
kind of figure out what's going to come out on Saturday. I basically look at the Stephen and Friends playlist, and I try to do whatever has not been posted in a while. If we have something of that in reserve, I try to post that. So now you'll know. Now you'll be able to look and be like, what's the thing that's been the longest? Certain things aren't recurring series, so like Don't Starve on Saturday. But for the series that we constantly are hitting on, you can look back and see what's been the longest, and that's probably what's coming. Left 4 Dead. I would play it.
I would play it.
Gotta be fun.
8-player.
I know, we haven't done that.
4 versus.
Oh.
I do miss that.
Especially now that we have so many people that can be cameras.
Yeah.
Because it's so much harder when it's just me.
Especially on something like that.
Yeah. When you only get to see my view, it's a lot better when you get to see everyone else. So, anyway.
I'd be down to record that.
I would too. That'd be fun. Hyper says, hey, I'm kind of new to the stream. Well, welcome.
Thomas says, Left 4 Dead? CSGO?
I have wanted to play CSGO again for a while. And Chaz was like,
I'd rather play Left 4 Dead.
We can play both, but I've actually wanted to get back into playing CS:GO a little bit. So, just when we can. 500 bits from Nixelpad. So to follow along with the idea of fun facts, the gas company Wawa gets its name from the Ojibwe word for the Canada goose. That's why on its logo there's a silhouette of a goose. In other words, Wawa is a titled goose station. Neat. We don't have Wawas here. I know of them, but we don't have any here.
Thomas says that he'll set up to be a camera if we do Left 4 Dead.
I mean...
And if Chaz sets up a server, he'll send Chaz cake.
Wow. That's pretty good. I mean... I wonder if we have enough people...
Isn't CSGO still causing trouble, or did they finally patch whatever it was?
Oh, that's fixed.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fixed. I was trying to think if we did Left 4 Dead. If we did 4v4, do we have enough people that could actually do full capture? Like, could we get 8 people that can capture? Do we have 8 people?
Me, Tom, if Thomas sets it out. Who else can capture? Dan?
Yeah.
Thomas says, I'll send you cake.
Josh hasn't been on Stephen and Friends in a while because he's been busy.
Well, he said that he streams on Saturdays, and then Tom raids him, so then he can't stop. Yeah.
It was a unique situation. He was like, Tom sends a raid over, and then he's like, I entertained those folks, and he's like, then I miss Stephen and Friends. And I'm like, oh, that sounds like a problem. You should tell Tom to stop. So yeah, We could probably we'd have enough.
Yeah.
Even if we had 4 cameras, 2 on each team,
Yeah.
you'd be able to see stuff more. So, anyway, all right. Well, let's stop stream. Thank you all so much for watching.
I got afternoon turnips to deal with.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get the stuff out shortly here. Hopefully within the next like hour, because I got to get Stephen Play stuff scheduled for today because it's not actually scheduled. I'll do that soon. Tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully, I'll see you there. It's gonna be a long one on John's channel. It's probably going to be a long one.
Yeah.
Like I don't see how it could take less than 6 hours. Like it's just gonna go until 2 a.m. It just is. So know that before you get in there. But I'm looking forward to it. 3 bits from Anne. She says, my 2-year-old who calls Steven Mamo Steezy calls Mal Mama Peach and Haley Catwar. Like for Cat World? I'm going to start calling Haley Catwhirl. She'll be fine with that. She probably won't kill me. Probably. 3 bits from Danny, who says, is it time to extend the stream to 2 hours? It's not. Have a good day, folks. We will see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern here for Super Mario RPG. But tonight on John's channel for, God, there's so many weird things. So many weird things. Like, I don't know the game list, but some of them are quite bizarre.
It'll be fun.
It'll be fun. See you later.